Hey guys, we are back with another What's Sold on eBay video here. 3 days worth of sales in the eBay store. Last video we had the first 4 days of that week. We're down to the last 3 here. Check out the last video if you didn't already. I'll try to put a link somewhere in the video in the corner or whatever for it to show up. There were some great sales in there, especially that scarf for $300. That was awesome. Paid 50 bucks, sold a scarf for $300. Watch the video to learn more. And this one, there's one item in particular that really shocked me. I did not expect it to be as valuable as it was. It turned out to be a real nice surprise, and I'll let you guys know what it is. I also appreciate those of you, as always, for commenting, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. Love to hear from you. Love the support. Motivates me, and I love that you guys are willing to even spend a couple minutes with me, given there's so many channels out there. I know I'm not the most exciting. I don't have the craziest editing or cool stories always to tell, but hopefully the information is what you guys are looking for to build your business. So let's go ahead and get into it. We got first off Message to Love. This is a DVD. Found this one, I think, at the thrift store for a couple bucks, and it ended up selling for 20 shipped, which is a great deal for a used DVD. Someone asked me about scanning DVDs. Or anything. Use the eBay app. You go at the top where the search is, you click the camera. It should open up a little screen that says scan the barcode. Click that and scan the barcode on any item that has a barcode. It should pull up items that match that barcode in eBay system. That doesn't mean every item listed will match it, but it can give you an idea of what the value is. So if someone needs me to do it further than that, message me in the comments and I'll try to do a little clip showing it. Another item here, DVD set, the Apocalypse Collection. This one was from a thrift store as well. I think I paid $3.99 though. I paid up a little bit for it, but it scanned well and it sold for 25 shipped. Awesome deal in my opinion for medium mail DVDs. We'll make 15 bucks or whatever it is when it's all said and done. Cuisinart food processor. I've told you guys I part out the kitchen appliance. Cuisinart is a great brand when it comes to food processors to part out. You can usually sell the bowl. There's a lid, a pusher. Usually there's some kind of a blade you can sell. Sometimes a stem that some of them have that you can sell as well. Look out for the Cuisinart food processors. Even the little mini ones can sell, not as good, but usually the 7 cups and 11 cups or whatever they are the ones you want. I encourage you to look out for those. This bowl sold for 37 shipped, and I believe it sold within a day or two of listing it. Toto Past to Present DVD. This one sold for 30 shipped. It's from the Rock and Roll Buy. 30 bucks though for a DVD. I'm about that all day. Shermer's Library of Musical Classics. I bought a bunch of these classical music books and song books and all kinds of stuff. I think I spent 15 bucks. I didn't really know what I was getting into. Some guy had it, was trying to sell it to me, kind of convinced me to buy it, and I did. And we made some money off it. It wasn't really the greatest buy, and I wouldn't probably do it again just because it took a lot of work and most of it wasn't sellable. But this one ended up selling for 17 shipped, so I almost made all of our money back on just this one buy. Here is I don't know how to pronounce this. Bacony. It's basically a thermometer. It's a vintage one. I bought a bunch of health and beauty stuff, some perfume, and it was all in this little bucket on the estate sale. Threw this in the pile. She said it was like $1 or whatever it was. There was another thermometer there, but it didn't seem to work right, so that one was tossed. It was a newer one, but this one was the older one. It did seem to work. No issues with it. I listed it, sold for 25 shipped within a day. Went out first class. I was super happy about that. Great to move that thermometer. This one is a Weems position finder. Not really sure too much about it. I paid 15 bucks from one of my sources. He didn't know what it was either, but he told me, hey, it's worth money. I don't even know what it is. How do you know it's worth anything? He just said it looked cool, therefore it's probably worth something. And he was right, it was worth something. I listed it auction style first, I think at $89.99 free shipping, just to see if there was something out there. Nothing really happened. One watcher. I ended up listing it, buy it now or best offer at 95 shipped, I think it was. Took a best offer of 80, went back and forth a little bit, but took a best offer of 80 shipped on it. It ended up costing us 13 bucks, 12 bucks, something to ship it out of here. We made pretty good money. Happy to move it on. I mentioned before I bought a bunch of Starbucks mugs. This is a Swell brand Starbucks, little traveler mug. I spent 5 bucks a piece on a bunch of these. We've sold through them over the course of the past year. This little one sold for 22 shipped on a best offer. It did go first class. The lady messaged me. I think she didn't have much money. She was buying this, but she was hoping I would accept her offer. And it was a nice enough message, and she was only 3 or 4 bucks off the list price, so I took it. Here's some cool books. Laurel Hamilton. I'm a big proponent of buying book lots. I've mentioned this in so many videos. You probably are tired of hearing it, but I make a lot of money on book lots, and I see book scanners at sales, and they're skipping on these. They're just looking for individual books, and I get it because that's easier to sell on Amazon that way. But they're passing up stuff like this. I paid $7 for these. They were 14 bucks, 50 cents each. You had them in a shoebox. I bought them for $7. They sold for 55 shipped in about a week. So that's a great deal. The lady who bought them said she loved them and she hoped I had more from the series. This was books 1 through 14, I guess. I believe there are other ones beyond that, because that's what I assume so based on what she told me. But that sold really quickly. I made a great profit on some books that a lot of people had passed up. I bought these late in the day on a Friday. She had a bunch of people there. She had told me they sold a bunch of stuff, but no one even touched these. So look out for the book lots. Not every lot of books is worth money, but if you find one, a bunch by the same author or the same series, might be worth your time. NFL Blitz. This cartridge has gone up in value, in my opinion. It sold for 19 shipped. I got good feedback on it as well. It goes out first class. I just put it in a little 6x4x4 box with some bubble wrap and send it on its way. This game used to go for like 10 or 11 shipped, probably less than a year ago, I feel like. And it feels like it's come up in price. Hamilton Beach True Air Replacement Filter. I've sold quite a bit of filters in my day. A lot of people have those little little air filters, and they have extra ones, or sometimes there's breaks and they're just selling the filters. This one came with 2 sets of filters. This one and another set. The actual units didn't work. He gave them to me and thought I might be able to fix them. I just donated them to the electronic recycling place or whatever that takes them. And I sold these two. I sold this one for $25, and the other one I think sells here in a week or so. You'll see it. So, but $25 shipped on that, and it did go first class. Put a layer of bubble wrap on it and put it in a poly mailer. There Are Rocks in My Socks. This is a book from 1979. It came in a big book buy that I had. I had never heard of the book before, so I decided to look it up, and every once in a while it sold for 10 shipped. So I said, I'll list it. It probably won't sell for months. It sold in like 2 weeks for $10. It costs $2.80 to ship it. You end up making $5 or $6 maybe when it's all said and done. So really not too bad. But there was no guarantee I was going to sell quickly, but it doesn't take up much space. I'm happy with it. Here's an awesome one. I've been selling this RIT rust remover for quite a while. One of my friends, Andy, he knows about this stuff. I always message him when I have a sale because I just tell him that this is one of my best buys. I bought all this RIT laundry detergent. Lots of 5 of it sell for about $25 shipped. This buyer bought 4 lots of it at $100 in total. I think the person that bought it was a laundromat. It kind of gave that indication when it had the name of it and where it was going to. I don't want to assume that's what it was for, but maybe it would make sense. I guess it's laundry treatment, so maybe they use it. But it sold for $100 shipped for this set of 5. This one did go priority mail or FedEx for like $12. No, actually $10.85 or something like that, I think is what it was. And I've sold some overseas. I've sold it in the U.S., everywhere, and I still have a bunch left. So you guys will probably be seeing more of this down the road. So, just bear with me when it comes up again. Converse, women's 9. They're a men's size 7. They're Hello Kitty shoes. Basically brand new, but I put new without box, but it should have been new with box. They had no real signs of damage. The lady said no one wore them. She charged me $5 for them. I took a best offer of 65 shipped. They went out priority mail for $12, $11, whatever it was. I'm happy with that. 5 into 65. Some had sold for 70, 75. I just took an offer that was pretty close because I was in them for only $5. They did take about 2 months to sell, maybe a little longer. A Greg shorthand dictionary book. This one sold for 15 shipped. We sold a bunch of these. I've told you guys about the Greg Gregg books. Look out for them if you can get them for really cheap. Some of them have some value. Some more controllers. I told you guys that I fixed a bunch of these controllers. These are all ones that either had no battery compartment in the back to put the batteries in to charge the controller or to use the controller, or they had damaged thumbsticks, stuff like that, or both. I bought a bunch of replacement thumbsticks and some replacement battery packs for the back, and I fixed a bunch of controllers. I've been lotting them together in lots of 2, and this lot sold for $35 shipped. Here is the item I mentioned. For those of you who are wondering, the one I was surprised about, this is 2 2004 Bratz monogram tote bags. They're like human size, I guess, not Bratz doll size. These are big. And they were, I think I paid $7 or $5 for both of them, something like that. It was either 5 and 2 or 3 and 2 for the 2 bags. I thought they might be worth 25 or 30, $40 maybe. Maybe a Bratz fan would want them, whatever. They don't look anything too crazy, but picked them up. Bought them back in like the beginning of July before my vacation. I put them in a tote before we went on vacation. I haven't even touched them for a while. Then I think early September comes around. I decide to list them. Found one comp where someone sold one of them for $100, one of the bags. And I'm like, oh wow, okay, they are pretty valuable. But then someone sold one for auction for 20 plus shipping. And I was like, well, that's weird. I ended up listing mine for, I think, 200 or best offer. Took a best offer of 180 shipped. She offered, I think, 150 first. I countered at 190. She came back at 180. I said, it's yours. We got $5 or $7 in them. If you ever find these, it might be hard probably to find them, but it's probably worth your time to just remember that Bratz monogram looking bag. It's really light. The bag's almost see-through. Like you can see inside of it, I guess. And there's a bunch of little Bratz logos and different stuff on it. But 180 shipped, awesome deal right there. A 1988 World Series Dodgers. This is like the World Series program. It sold for 12 shipped. Not a surprise. Dodgers are actually in the World Series right now, so maybe that's why this had happened in September, but they were doing well, and maybe someone wanted to buy it, going that they were going to the playoffs there pretty soon. LG BluRay Remote. These little BluRay remotes for Sony or LG, Samsung don't usually go for a whole lot. It's about 8 shipped. Always put OEM or genuine in your listing, though, if you have the official one. There's a lot of aftermarket ones that look the same, but they're not actually official LG. So that kind of helps a little bit, but I got 8 shipped on that one. The other Cuisinart part, this is the lid to the bowl that we just sold. This one sold for 40 shipped. This unit we paid $5 for. I forgot to tell you guys. It didn't even have a blade. It just had the lid and the bowl. They couldn't find the blade or the pusher, I think, for that matter. And I still paid $5, so I knew I'd make money. We sold the one for 37. This sold for $40. The Roots, this is a cassette tape from the Rap and Hip Hop buy. 25 shipped. I told you guys the Rap and Hip Hop cassettes, awesome deal. 25 shipped on that one. Midland Walkie Talkie, this is a docking station that charges. I ended up getting like 4 of these docking stations, plus a bunch of walkie talkies, Motorola and Midland brand, plus some Motorola charging stations. $5 for the bag. I've sold a bunch of charging stations for about 20 each. This one sold for 20. Actually goes first class as well. Super easy sale. I also mentioned in the beginning, guys, that I bought a lot of stuff that I had heard of this model before. This is called Rockman, Rockman. I sold one of their items probably over 2 years ago, and I think I got 100 and something bucks for it. I bought basically a unit, an audio unit that had a bunch of these little panels in there. There was some Alesis stuff and some other brands, but there were 2 Rockman units. I remembered them. I paid $100 from Storage Unit Guy. This Sustainer Model 100 sold for a best offer of $265, as is for parts. It did power up. I couldn't really I couldn't test it beyond that. The person messaged me and said there's some damage there. They'll offer $265. I had it listed at like $320. Thought that was fair. And then we'll actually see they buy another one from me in the same order, but they didn't buy it till a day later, so we'll see that one next. Well, a little bit. And next file's Bobblehead. This is Dana Scully, sold for 11 shipped. I think it was $1 at a garage sale. Not a great buy. Pocket Monsters. These are the Tommy Pokemon. I had these when I was a kid. Here's the Bulbasaur lot, Bulbasaur, Venusaur, Ivysaur, whatever they are. This one sold for 50 shipped. It is brand new in the box. Burlington. This is a Queen fitted sheet set. Queen fitted sheet set. Yes. It's brand new sealed. Sorry I can't speak. Math degree. Always remember that. It's a green color. It's 50-50 cotton poly blend. This one I got from Storage Unit Guy as well. Kind of a shout out, I guess, to Matt, Part-Time Pickers. He always is finding like that vintage stuff. I saw this, thought of him, picked it up, took a best offer of 35 shipped. I had probably not much into it because just part of a bulk buy. Ended up going at like $9 priority mail or something to ship it. It was pretty light, but over a pound, and that was a good deal. You guys may remember the Kool-Aid stuff that I've been selling. Here's a clear pitcher, just the pitcher by itself, sold for 35 shipped. Did go over a pound though, priority mail. When I bought that thermometer and some perfume, which we'll see some of that later in other videos, but there was also this Dent toothbrush. It was a brand new toothbrush. This one sold for $12. I was surprised anyone bought it. There were no real comps. It wasn't that old. It wasn't like super old, but it still sold for $12. 2 more controllers, Microsoft 360 controllers. These are the black ones. This one sold for 35 shipped for this set. ESPN 2K5. PS2 game sold for 15 shipped. It's one of those sports games that does sell. Doesn't sell super fast at that price, but I always seem to move it for around $15. So I usually pick it up as long as it's in good shape. The Desire of Ages book, Ellen G. White. This book is there's a couple from this set if I'm not mistaken, but I had never found this one before. I think I paid $1 at a thrift store and ended up selling for 15 shipped. It goes out media mail. The Music of Disney, A Legacy and Song. It's a CD set. It's missing one thing. Maybe there's like a little paperwork that's supposed to be in there as well. I don't remember. I thought it was missing something. Mine still sold for 20 shipped. Not really a great deal. It goes media mail, though. It cost us $4 or $5 to ship it, whatever it was. So we made some money, but I wouldn't go out and buy all those. Here's the other Rockman. This is the Stereo Chorus Model 100. Same thing, powers up, sold as is for parts. I had this one listed at $320 or whatever it was as well. The person said this one's a little bit, there's like a marking. You can kind of maybe see in the picture, it looks like faded in the back. They're not sure if it's going to work. And they said they're already buying the other one for $265. Would I do $170 or something? I said, hey, if you'll do $200, you can have them both. And they did, and we shipped them out. They gave me great feedback. Super nice buyer, super knowledgeable, but very reasonable on the pricing. And again, they were happy with them. So sold them for $465. We paid $100 for that whole unit. Most of the stuff in there was garbage. There's one more thing we're going to list in there that we're going to sell. Actually, two more. The other stuff we all ended up donating, electronic recycling or whatever. But $100 into $465 is still a great deal. I was happy with that, and I definitely would remember that brand Rockman. Some sealed Sony 8-hour premium tapes. These there's 2 packs of 4 here. The worst part is I actually had another pack of 3 and one loose one in my storage unit that I forgot that I had. I could have added and made it a set of 12, which probably would have sold it even better. But these sold for $50. Spent $8 on them. Sold for $50 shipped. I think it cost us $12, $14, something like that to ship it. You can't ship a media mail. A T83 Plus graphing calculator for parts. It powers up, but the screen is just totally jacked up. That one sold for a best offer of $10. The buyer fixes calculator, so they offered me 10 on that one. Another one of those Apple keyboards. I've mentioned it before. Bought a bunch of them from an online auction. This one was tested and working, and it sold for $35 shipped. Anesco My Little Kitchen Fairies. My friend actually gave us these to sell, so no really profits for me, but something to look out for because all of them have sold for about $25 to $32 shipped. I think I have one left. They've all sold really pretty quickly for being like a ceramic type item. This was the Caramel Apple Fairy from 2005, and it sold for $30, and I think they almost all shipped out first class. We have a TaylorMade R80 bubble graphite driver here. This is an older TaylorMade, not really what you want to look out for. It's an old listing. It's been up for a while. Surprised it even sold for $32 shipped, but it did. It costs us about $14, I think, to ship it out FedEx. Maybe a little less. I don't remember this one. My wife, I think, did the label, but $32 shipped on that. Happy to get it out of here. Here's a Steam controller. Got this at a thrift store, $3.99. Did not have the dongle, which I realized while I was there. There's like a little USB dongle you plug in. But I found out that people were selling these for parts for about $20. So I'm like, well, I'll take it, and maybe I can order a dongle or whatever. But the dongle was too much money. It wasn't worth ordering it. I wouldn't make enough. And I wasn't sure if it even worked, period. So I listed mine as is, and it sold for $27 shipped, and I got good feedback. So maybe it worked. But $4 into $27, it went out first class. Definitely worth the time. Another one of those music books where I got that last one. This one sold for $13 shipped. And again, it goes out media mail. Some Flavor Aid. If you want Flavor Aid drink mix, I might be one of the few people that has any. Not even sure if it's any good, but I bought it when I got that Rit stuff, the laundry rust treatment. This stuff, there's 5 packs here. They sold for $30 shipped. There's 10 packs in each pack of 5. I ended up with about 8 sets of 5, so definitely a great deal. And we spent, I want to say $8 or $10 on all of the Flavor Aid stuff. D&D, this is a Ralph Partha miniatures box. The box kind of looks a little jacked because it's missing some of the foam in there where all the pieces go, but all the figures are present, plus there's I think 1 or 2 extra figures. Got this from Storage Unit Guy, and I took a best offer of $100 shipped on it. Great deal, super happy with that. And that wraps it up, guys. I was going fast because I'm running out of time. I got to go somewhere, so hopefully it wasn't too fast talking, but I know some of you like that. You like the information quick and to the point, and I appreciate those of you that are like willing to put up with my fast talking, and sometimes I kind of mumble, so bear with me. Thank you guys, though, for watching. If you have any questions, as always, let me know. I'm a little behind sometimes on getting to the messages, but I try to respond to everybody's, at least for now. With the channel size the way it is, I can definitely spend some time and try to get with most people. But if you have questions, let me know. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.